Sorry, I ruined it.
God damn it, PJ.
I broke immediately. Sorry. Before we could fade it, we were all doing these like poses. He's like, hey, and I hit my microphone and I started chuckling. And anyway, welcome to Edge of Legend, everybody, here on Nat 20 Productions Official on Twitch. I swear to God, the Gatorades and retrograde or whatever the hell they say. It's one of those, but you know what? We're going to power through it and we're going to have some friggin' awesome times. Let's start off by saying hello to everyone here that you see, starting with Randy. Randy, please say hello. Tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. I'm Randy Alvarenga. I am playing Lothier Van Linson, and we use he, him pronouns.
Yeah. Well, next up, we have Wes. Wes, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, everyone. I am Wes, and I am playing Dragon Targier, the Duskwalker Magus, and we are both he, him.
Nice. Well, next up, it's great to see you as always. Kylie, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hi, I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. It really doesn't matter at this point. I am playing Shionibus, the Elven Ranger, and we both go by she, her.
Boom. Next up, we have, I almost called Sidney Kylie. Wow. You know what? It's one of those days. Sidney, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, my name is Sidney Rubino. I play Alona, the half-elf cloistered cleric, and my pronouns are she, her.
Yeah. Well, my name is PJ. I'm the GM for Edge of Legend and Nat 20 Productions Official here on Twitch. My pronouns are he, him, and I'll be playing everyone and everything in between. And before we get into the recap, two brief things. Number one, I want to say at the top, because my brain gets all verhoogegatst at the end, and I always most of the time I forget to thank our amazing TD Joe, who makes us look good, sound good, and just overall super talented, kick-ass guy. So thank the TD Joe. You're amazing, and we love you. Number two, it is June 1st on the day, which means happy Pride Month to everyone. Happy Pride Month to everyone. From all of us, we love you, and love wins, and that's what matters. That being said, let's go quickly into the recap. Along the way, feel free to have whatever Pride. So last week, if you haven't seen that, I know I'm too awkward. So the point is, last week, if you haven't had a chance to see Wes do the recap, you can check out our YouTube /Nat20Prods to see his amazing recap. But if you didn't see it, last week, the heroes finally found Tobias Raphaelis, the reluctant martyr, once and for all. And they were at kind of an unknowns to them, a breaking point where either A, they would keep him for good, or B, lose him for good. Thus creating a very different narrative structure. Just like in season one, there was a point where they had to make a decision that was going to change the entire layout of season one. There's going to be two this season, and they already had the first one. They made the check, and it's hilarious because someone critically failed. They threw in a hero point and then succeeded the roll. And quite frankly, if you hadn't have done that, you would have lost Tobias Raphaelis forever. But that being said, say you clutched it, you saved it. You also had a really awesome party. You got Schwasted Schwammered style. You got really fun times. And then the next day, you got on your camels and magical bats and all kinds of creatures, and you continued your trek to Or instead of going back to the outpost town. On the way to Or, though, you noticed the sky, even though it was like easily lunchtime, 12 o'clock, suddenly became pitch black all around you, like it was deep night. And as it becomes night, you see little lanterns with green fire just lighting the way to the city of Or. And as you slowly approach and take it all in, and everyone's having different emotions for such a wonderful and complex place, suddenly Alona is attacked on Camelback. The camel is injured severely, and so is Alona. The team realizes this and goes to her aid. The invisible assailant continues to breathe horrible toxic breath and cut them with invisible claws until Alona commands them to show themselves, to reveal a horrific creature, bristling and broad and full of death. a creature that Morel recognizes from his past all too much and begins to have a panic. Thank you, Wes. I love Wes's rendition. Please continue to Wesify this, please. So the fight waged on. Tobias ran off immediately, shouting for someone called Zohar. As the fight continued, eventually they return as Morel gets his confidence back when Alona becomes fatally wounded, heals her and knocks the creature back and continues to hold the line just in time for a old, kind of like an old dressed warrior, an ancient dressed warrior swinging this green light to then scare the creature off. A light very similar to the lights lying the way to Or. And we are about to enter the city. This is where we're taking off or picking up at for episode 19 of Edge of Legend. Everyone, as you've survived the night sky in the mid-afternoon and a horrible creature that flew away. Oh, and it should be noted, Wes was so close to killing it with a fireball. So close to it flew away. So close. But
tried
it still
to.
lives. Well, everyone, let's start episode 19. Welcome to Or. The murder machine that flew away as it was attacked and scared off by the light just left you, and you are now hitting the threshold, the very threshold of the city limits where you'll be entering Or proper. What do you do?
Yeah, Loda, what do we do?
Well, Shionibus, talk to Zohar, this new guy, find out what he's doing. I'm gonna check in on Morel.
And yeah, meanwhile, Dragon's like, Alona, are you all right?
Yeah, no. I'm fine. I
But I
should be-
mean, you don't have your camel anymore. I'm sorry about that. You sure everything's okay with you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine. Thank you for helping me. I'm legitimately fine.
All right, cool. So we're all gonna go kill that thing, right?
We should get to the city for safety first.
But it attacked us in the city. It doesn't seem very safe.
I mean,
here.
we're kind of outside the city. I think all of those lights over there are a bit more closer, maybe, because didn't Tobias run to town? So I mean, we're close enough that you can run there, but not close enough that you're in it.
But it's
so maybe
weak
it's-
right now.
True. What time is it? This darkness is very disconcerting.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Tell time and Or.
Very good question. You would know just from growing up there, you know all those green fire that you see everywhere?
Mhm.
There are special like stone dial or compasses that you could put under, like directly under the stone fire, and it works just like oh gosh, what are those called?
Sundial.
Thank you.
Dial?
Just like a sundial. Thank you. Because of this, obviously, you have relative morning and relative night, and this is kind of how you colloquially divide the day.
Okay. Well, is it relative morning or relative night?
Yeah, sure. As you like, for Sooth, you take out your little sundial thing and you put on the green fire. Like, oh, it's like 2:13. Okay, huh?
You want to buy a sundial? Okay. Great.
I love that movie.
How does Morel look though?
Exhausted, emotionally and physically drained. Very much so.
Right. I think before we go after this thing for a second time, we should regroup inside the city. I'm still a little beat up, and I think we need a moment to collect ourselves. Alona's pointing at Morel.
It takes Dragon a
Dragon.
second, like he kind of like shaking his head, like, and then he looks over and says, "Oh yes, we should definitely rest. All of us definitely need that."
Yeah. Is Zohar still there? Did I just tell Shionibus to talk to a non-existent person?
No, Zohar is still there for sure. I don't know if Shinobis wants to, but you do see Zohar. He's a very tall, very like fit looking individual with a very long beard that's kind of got like a lot of curls to it, like long curly but well shaped beard, like a honeycomb almost. He's got very long black hair that's been kind of tied up in a bun and placed under a very interesting like um, old ancient helmet with like a nose bridge. He has a long tunic made of white, very plain fabric, and white and green armor made of like ancient brigandine scales. He's got this big shield, and in the shield itself is this little perch to hang a lantern, which he's now holding by his bare hand. You know, kind of old fashioned armor where there's like no pants, just like sandals and a long shirt and a good ass belt. That's his vibe.
So he's like shield bearer Jesus.
Uh,
Right.
With the Green Lantern and the shield.
yeah. He's Green Lantern Jesus.
I love everything about him.
I've been exposed. I'm a fraud. I'm a hack. Oh God. Eric Jackson, thank you for the sub, my dude.
Not gonna lie, when you first said his name, I could just picture Jim Jam. Nothing else. Just Ian's first character, Jim Jam. That's it.
What?
I don't know. Could not tell you why.
It's because of the awesome beard, right? Because like Jim Jam didn't wear clothes. He
It
just
has
wore
to be.
beard. Yeah.
It has to be. All right,
Everyone
I'm gonna walk up to him, I guess. So, are you gonna tell us what that thing was, or like, what's going on?
The creature is a very terrible creature. It's been attacking my city, my people for quite a while. I have not found a way to kill it yet, but I can keep it away. So I do this.
I don't mean to like critique you or anything, but you were a little late on like the whole keeping it away part.
I mean, I came when I was summoned. I light the lanterns. I don't see what they... Well, actually, I probably could see what they see. I need to investigate this. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Anyway.
So where were you before you were summoned? Do you kind of just like hang around until then, or because clearly you're not here watching the city walls? So
Yeah, I'm not exactly a guard. There are people here that do guard work. I am more how do you say it? Champion?
so you're above a guard,
Yes.
yet you were still late to your job.
I'm sensing this conversation is going to have a theme, so I'm just going to introduce myself if I have not already. My name is Zohar. I am the lead light bearer of the Order of the Emerald Fire. Pleasure to see you.
She'll shake his hand. Shonibus, of Nubia. This is my friend Alona. And then everyone else. But Alona she's the important one. I'm not gonna lie. She's the bestie.
Lona's the bestie. The bestie what?
Doesn't matter. So how did my friend know where to find you?
Oh, your friend Tobias. He is a good young man. We have had many talks about the Astrogenicon, about life and death and duty, and a lot of interesting conversations. I showed him my compound at some point. He may be receiving an invitation to join if he can find roots in the city, he says with kind of a heavy judgment towards Tobias, who just goes, I can hear what you're doing, Zohar, and I reject it. I do not accept this. Not yet.
Interesting. Interesting. So if we're looking for room and board, is there a place where we can go? Some of us are not feeling too hot, maybe some potions would be nice. I'm new to this city, so I don't really know. I don't really want Tobias showing us around because I'm sure he has other things to do. Shoots him a glare.
Shoots you one back. Zohar continues. Well, my compound is very. I can't open it to too many people, but anyone here, I'm sure, would love to have hospitality. There's a very large temple to Afra, who always loves to take in travelers and strangers. In fact, Tobias was staying there for a few weeks. Yes, Tobias just goes, "Yes, I was. Thank you for letting them know exactly where my safe haven was." Hey, listen, Zoha, how's that invitation to the secret compound? No one else is allowed in. I'd love to stay there for a bit.
Yeah, me too. That sounds cool.
I mean, if we're getting invitations,
Mhm.
I'd like one.
Yeah. Put my hand up. Dragon puts his hand up.
Tobias kind of looks at this and like a mischievous grin crosses over. He goes, "Oh yes, no, they're all with me. They're all with me, Zoha. So if the invitation is actually being extended to me, you might have to extend it to my friends as well."
Yep. That sounds about right.
Zohar just
Yeah,
kinda
I
looks
second
at
that.
This is too much. I don't like this. Consider the invitation temporarily revoked in due time, but it is a pleasure to meet you, and you are always free in order to go anywhere. If you have any questions, I am very happy to help. Yes, Bloom person.
Yes. So, do flying demon dogs often attack newcomers to your town?
Um,
Is that like a thing? Is it
well,
normal?
it's not so simple as that. We have a history of monsters attacking. The undead are very prevalent in some places. This one is very stubborn, very hard to kill. Yes.
Is there something I need to be worried about when I'm going to sleep? Like right before bed? Is that like the time that zombies come out or I'm just trying to make sure that I'm safe when I'm here.
Oh, of course you're absolutely safe here. Of course. Yes, blue person.
Is there a bounty on the thing that tried to kill us?
He likes bounties.
Oh, he likes bound.
Yeah, it's kind of my thing.
Well, we would be very appreciative. We could exchange for something. I could probably get a conversation going to pool some of the town's money as a bounty or as a salary for the job.
Oh, I think I'd be interested in that. Also, I can tell that this is a place of powerful magics. Perhaps some powerful magic weapons would be of use as well.
He smiles and he goes, "Oh yes, I do remember those days. Yes. Back when I had to wield steel." And as he touches his lantern, he moves his hand to the side, and you see his green flame kind of coalesces in his fist, and he produces this massive maul from this flame, and he shifts it to different forms: a spear, a scimitar, even this really wicked looking guitar. And he says, "Those were the guitar, not guitar."
Oh, sorry. I just was like,
This wicked
Glorious
bro.
guitar.
The magical guitar.
Well, Pathfinder does have a battle lute, so in theory, he possibly could just make this kick-ass green death guitar
With
But
the
he's not.
skull on it.
God, yes, metal.
We'll make it out
by
of
the
the
order
demon
of
dog's
green
skull.
skull.
I said
Alright.
we'll make it out of the demon dog's skull.
So he does this light show, and then what?
And then he just kind of gets distracted. He goes, very sorry. So yes, the magic weapons. We could do money. We could do. If you go through the trials, I could give you an invitation to join the order.
Oh, I think Ilona chooses this time to step forward. I think we're only here for a brief moment of time, so joining the Order of the Emerald Flame would not behoove us now. But we greatly appreciate your offer. Would you mind escorting us to the city gates? I feel like we would have a more restful recovery knowing that you would be guiding us the rest of the way, just in case there are any more attacks.
Of course. They jump on the horse that Tobias brought with him, and gently kind of, gives it a click and goes, "All right, follow me. If you see anything, let me know. I will make sure you are safe."
The last monster was unseen. What do we do in that case?
It's a fair point.
Hold on. I know what to do. They once again touch the emerald flame and then throw it in the air. And above you, of green fire, you see this eyeball that just kind of scans around, just constantly scanning. And you see this green light just kind of raking over the entire area, like in a 30-foot radius. And he goes, if the eyeball spots them, we should be alarmed and alerted to that.
Well, thank you.
Raygon's gonna turn to Lothar and just be like, "It's not that cool," and uses produce flame and just go.
I do the same. I'm gonna do the same thing.
But your flame is green.
Well, that's right. As you put out your hands and do produce flame, while you're within aura, you see it's green in your hands.
Oh.
I really can do it too. Cool.
I'm like looking at the flame really hard, trying to make it into a shape, but it's just a flame.
You see Zohar kind of look over and go, hold on, let me try this. And he kind of moves his hand over the flame, and you see it like take the form of a rose and then kind of shrinks, and the fire grows into a tree and kind of comes down and turns into like an apple. And then he just kind of takes his hand back and it goes back to a normal produced flame. And he goes, we all have our gifts. I cannot turn into a bear. I cannot make the big sword blast. I can't do that. I'm not good with bow. I'm rubbish with bow. We all have our gifts.
Understood. I look over at Dragon and I'm like, still kind of a show off though.
A little bit.
I'm going to fall back to Dragon real fast. So, you like if this bounty is like a real thing, like you really in?
Oh, absolutely. Did you see what it did to Alona?
Yeah, it was insane. Did you see what it did to Morel?
Yeah, he almost pissed himself.
That would have been good.
He almost pissed himself. Just like looks around, make sure Morel didn't hear.
Yeah, that would have been pretty wild.
Yeah, but I mean, we heard it a lot, so
yeah,
clearly not
we
that
got
strong.
this.
But if
Yeah,
there's some lovely magical weapons and money involved, then we could probably also sell it for parts after we kill it.
little thing to know about me: whenever there's money involved, I'm involved. So
That's good to
Yeah.
know.
So you and me, and she's gonna like fist bump. And she'll catch back up to where she was originally writing. Which like I assume is probably near the front.
Mm-hmm. As you pass Morel, he looks at you knowingly and then leans over his shoulder and looks at Dragon and just goes, "Come on, man. I didn't pace myself, all right?
I didn't say you did."
It's complicated. It really is."
And he's gonna like just put his arm on Morel. Be like, "Look, I know that this was the first thing that killed you because you just told me that. But Alona was being attacked."
Yeah, much to my regret, I came to help too late. Thankfully, there was still help to be given by
The
the time we
important
got there.
thing was that you protected Alona, and you did get over your fears.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Look, we're friends now, and I am just messing with you a little bit. But
I know. Yeah.
you can always count on me to be there to snap you out if that happens again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Feel
But
free
mate-
to slap me if it happens to me.
and he holds about. You ever seen those slap Olympics where dudes the size
yeah.
of like Volkswagens? Yeah, that's his hand on your head. He's like, I don't think you want me to do that. And I don't honestly want to do that.
He just continues staring and doesn't even blink and be like, no, I want you to.
All right, mate. That's what we'll do then. But do you mind if I just kind of backtrack for a bit? He says, his giant paw still on your face. He kind of leans in really close and goes, "Are we friends now? Did you say we were friends?"
We've been friends for like a week or two. Yeah. Of course. Like,
yeah.
And he pats him on the shoulder. Like, you're like one of my best friends ever. So, you know.
We're best friends now. Sorry, I'm not.
Am I moving too fast? I
No.
mean, I don't want to push
No,
any
no.
boundaries.
No. This is fine. No, I consent. This is fine.
Okay.
I don't have a lot of friends, and I don't have a lot of best friends, so this is exciting for me.
Well, he kind of looks around at the group and be like, I like don't mean this in an insulting way, but are you blind?
Well, no. I mean, yes, of course. I have them. And they're great friends. We've been through so much together. But you know, maybe it'll make more sense when you get into awe.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, this place is. I can tell. I can see why you might not have wanted to come back. This place is depressing as hell.
You know, it has its really great points, and it wasn't always like this. It used to actually have a sun in the sky and night only at night.
Huh. Well, now it's got night all the time, and that's, well, not great.
It's not ideal. No. Well, best friend, if you excuse me, I think I'm going to end the conversation here and trot up to that camel who shares my name. I need to make sure my brother is okay. So,
all right.
Talk to you later. Oh, Morel the camel, and he just kind of starts trotting his horse over to the camel, chagrin dripping from his words.
The camel's being ridden by Tobias, by the way.
The camel's being ridden by perfect. So
Remember,
just Morel and Tobias talking side by side. Every now and then, like Morel kind of like pokes the camel named Morel, and this camel's like, "Oh, yeah, that's you camel." And they just have this conversation. It's just two NPCs chatting.
Man, that monster must have really shaken him up in order to talk to that camel.
I mean, that was the least smooth segue I've ever seen for ending a conversation. I'm gonna go talk to the camel.
Listen, Morel.
There's not a lot of subtlety there.
I think the only time he's ever been smooth is when Kylie got him impaled by a whole tree in like episode 4.
Right.
Yeah.
He wasn't impaled. He was
Yes, he
smushed.
was.
There's a
He was
difference.
Mushed.
You almost killed him.
Okay, you know what? Good times. Our bond is so strong now, you don't even know.
Yeah. Tree bonds are the best bonds. That's what Lothier would say.
It sounds like a propaganda for like wartime for druids. Get your tree bonds.
Every tree bond you buy is a leaf in your favorite druid's leaf sword. Buy that bond today and make sure your druid gets home safe from the druid wars. I don't know what's going on in this fake scenario, but here's your propaganda, folks.
Become a seed today.
Yeah. Become a seed to see a better tomorrow.
Oh, that's getting worse.
That was both a druid reference
roots
and
run
a
deep.
Final Fantasy VIII reference.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna throw that out there.
Mm-hmm.
So how close are we to the entrance of this freaking city?
You're in
I hate
Or.
it
You're
here.
You enter the city.
We've made it. We're here.
Yes.
Okay. We're in the city. Amazing. All right. In the city. Holy shit. Alona puts her hood up. Not like it's not conspicuous because she's literally wearing the robes of Afra and like her bright white red glove big old symbol. Actually, her robes were tattered from the slash, so her holy symbol on her back was just ruined. She has to get her robe fixed. Oh.
What was
Um,
Zohar's reaction when he heard Alona speak? Like, because I take it she sounds like someone from Or, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. There's a moment that you could see where he recognizes her, but he was in the middle of kind of this like spinning interrogation going on, so he didn't really have the focus to
Great.
really mention anything about it.
Well, Zohar, it was very nice to meet you. I'm sure we'll be running into you again. And thank you so much for your help. And we're going to go find a place to recover. Goodbye.
Bye. Be safe. Don't be stupid. And then he just kind of trots away on his horse. You see, kind of waiting for him down one of the roads is this absolute unit of a guy, really big, buff guy. He's got a shaved head and like an orange kind of bowl cut with the sides like really high and tight shaved up. He's got this horrific kind of what I'm looking for. This entire part of his face looks scarred and twisted. And his other eye, just kind of a very bright green eye with a ton of freckles all around it. And he seems to be wearing matching armor, shield on the back, and around his neck, he's got that lantern with the fire in it. And he's waiting for Zohar. Once they get together, he nods at him. He shoots all of you the shittiest glare and then trots behind Zohar.
I shoot him
Damn.
a shitty glare right back.
Same.
And then he kind of trots away.
What an asshole.
Oh,
Greetings.
what happened?
Oh.
I didn't notice. Did someone
Maybe
do something messed up?
No, he's just giving us a look. Listen, I think. Listen, there's nothing wrong with the Order of the Emerald Flame. They do a lot for the community. But sometimes some of them can be a little, I suppose, uptight and wary of strangers because, as in the past, strangers have not been very kind to Or. So, yeah.
Well, maybe people from Or haven't been very kind to strangers.
Well, I'll beg to differ. I think we are visiting here. We need to at least take people from where they're coming from. This is their place. And I think we at least need to try to understand that, even if we don't agree, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, you always greet strangers. You're supposed to greet them friendly, not like Mr. Green Stink Eye over there.
But
Yeah.
I'd say where I'm from too, people are a bit more wary of strangers. They don't always bring the best things. I understand, Miss Alona. He just kind of looks defeated because he's not quite sure how to say this to Dragon, but he goes, I think we're only going to get more of that with our friend Mr. Morel here with us.
Dragon's just gonna like look toward Morel. Like,
wait,
have they not met him? He's like so friendly.
Oh, I agree. Oh, absolutely. Great guy. Everybody else doesn't know that. And they might know a lot about the history that he represents here. So, I mean, I can only, and he looks back at Ilona, I can only speak for what I know. If he were to visit us in Brack, a lot of people would be very angry, and I can just imagine a similar thing as he's looking up into the dark sky above. It's not always easy. So let's just find a place and get out of the middle of the street before too many people see us. I think.
And
Yeah.
Dragon just kind of like looks down at the skin, like there's nothing that can hide how strange I look in comparison to everyone else here. Like, I'm sorry.
Let's PJ, would Alona know of a place in Or that they could go that's relatively inconspicuous?
I mean, the Temple of Aphra is a very, very humble temple. You also know that if you give the right sort of offering or help, you're probably good to stay at anyone else's homes. As long as, again, you're working for the house or doing something for them in exchange for free bed and food.
Great. So we're going to the temple. Amazing. Got it. Cool.
There's also the Order of the Emerald Flame. You could try to crash there, see if you can get the invite. You never know.
They just said the invite was received. We got stink eye from ugly bull.
Okay, but if we get this bounty, surely they have to let us in. I'm just saying.
That is a great idea, and we can tell them Morel was the biggest part of it, and then
Yes.
and then we can repair this whatever the hell is going on.
I'm down. Are you down?
Yeah, of course I'm down.
Are they just deciding that we're gonna go chase that monster down?
We can do it tomorrow.
Yeah. Can we at least get a night of rest, please?
All right, have a nap, but then we're going to kill the giant beast.
And get
Alright.
paid.
Yes. On the
Well-
side, and then we'll keep that on the download though, because I want them to think that Morel did it just out. Well, he'll probably do it out of the goodness of his heart, but we won't.
No. Absolutely not. I like you, and I knew I liked you when you first joined us. You see, we're
Yep.
similar thoughts. I like it. So to the temple?
Yeah. Yeah. We should go to the temple. It's really the only place we can go, to be honest.
All right. Well, childhood home time.
I was gonna say, do you want to lead the way, Alona? Because we don't know where we're going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ilona finds a stable near the gate for them to leave their animals, and she leads everyone to the temple. Yay.
Okay, all right.
I'm so excited.
I'm so glad.
Out of curiosity, Wes, what is your perception bonus?
My perception is +8.
Okay. So Alona is doing a pretty good job of leading you all to the temple, even though it's been about a year, if not a little more than at this point in time. Yeah, the war was pretty much ended in about 6-ish months, and you had 6 months of downtime, plus a few extra months for traveling to find Tobias Raphaelis. It's been at least a year.
That wasn't, my face wasn't in regards to time. The face was in regards to, like, I wouldn't forget my hometown in a year.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
They did build that new Starbucks on Main. No, I'm just
Oh
kidding.
yeah. Well,
Oh,
once
wait.
they took down the Applebee's and turned it into a Staples, nothing looks the same anymore.
But Bun Boys?
Oh god, that's right. Hold on, I gotta flip for
There
it.
are Bun Boys in Or now?
There's a Bun Boys in Or now.
Up.
I got the heads. Yeah.
This is the best thing that could happen to this freaking town. And this is the best thing that could happen on the first episode of freaking Pride Month.
That's right. That's freaking right.
Yes, we get coffee and donuts, and we get to be gay. That's what we get in Or. Anyway, continue.
Okay. So as Alona is leading to the Temple of Aphra, you do see a very humble and simple temple building. Honestly, if you didn't know this was the Temple of Aphra, you probably would have assumed it was just kind of like a larger building for non-religious practices. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. So on the way, you finally find it. There's a couple of people, 2 young individuals. So like maybe about mid-20s woman and like early to mid-20s man. They're in very simple plain clothes, working in the field, doing some like farming and maintenance. And there's a plump older woman kind of drying her hands from what was probably cooking inside. And they like stop dead in their tracks when they see you all walk up. And with great big eyes and wide smiles and warmth just exploding, they scream, Ilona! And the three of them come running over to you all. Now, as this happens, Dragon, you see something out of the corner of your eye, somewhere on the kind of back right, leaning up against the building. You see it perfectly now. The blue-skinned being with the gold and red eyes from the night before is staring at you again, hanging on the side of the building. This time, not trying to hide in the distance of the abyssal night of the wastes of the oasis. No, this time in broad daylight, staring at you. You see a blue-skinned Galoma. Let me show you what that looks like.
Yes.
I want you to go to our little Facebook chat, you and I. I'll put a link in there of what a Galoma looks like. I want you to take this mental image and make it blue and make it with the eyes, the likes of which I have described, similar to your own.
All right.
Here's the link.
Oh, okay.
So imagine that, dark blue like yours. On the elongated head, you see the yellow eyes with the red rim, and then you start noticing this long kind of like mane of hair. At the end of each mane, you see the same eye, yellow and red, like would be in his head, but on the end of his hair. You see his body is clad in dark armor and chainmail. And he's got a downed hood, which looking at it, there's no way that thing could fit over its damn head. But he stares at you, knowingly, just watching.
So I turn, Dragon turns and just looks at him for a second, looks back to the group for a moment, and then just strolls right on up to him. All right. I saw you on the ridge earlier and you vanished into thin air. Now you're here. Who are you?
Who I am will be said in time, but first I must ask, how do you feel?
How do I feel?
Yes, you have had a lot of loss in your life. How does that feel?
With every loss, there's a gain. I've gained some new friends. Why do you care?
You see his eyes kind of dilate, almost like gills on a fish breathing, and they look to you as they kind of come back down. But you lost a wife and a child, and possibly a father. And this doesn't pain you at all.
It does. But they lost me. I was the one who died.
I see.
And I couldn't make it back to them. So I assume that they are living their lives, and I hope that they are happy.
I see. And do you feel any measure of peace from this?
And for the first time, Dragon kind of loses the happy attitude that he normally has, and you just see this stone look on his face. My old life has to stay in the past now. I have something new, and it comes without all of those preconceived notions and all of the hate and anger from my past life. This one I'm choosing to make new and to be better. I can't be the warmonger that I was before. I can't be filled with such anger. Not again. The gods have given me a second chance at life, and very few get that chance. So I will not be filled with the hate from my past, and I cannot.
You see a smile kind of creep up one side of the blue Galoma's face as he says, "Do you have any idea what you are?"
Well, and he like holds his skin up to him, and it's like, well, I'm blue like you, but quite a bit prettier.
Yes, this one will do. Sense of humor is always important for moving on. So you feel maybe not peace, but purpose with your loss?
Resolve
Resolve to do what?
to protect those that I care about. And he kind of like looks back towards the temple.
To protect them from harm or worse?
To protect them in a way that I could not protect those I used to love and still do.
They slowly and knowingly reach into a pouch, pull out a small item. They wrap their gnarled, clawed hand around yours, open your palm up, and place it into yours. And they say, "You're half right. You said the gods gave you this gift. You're half right. One God gave you this gift. And if you decide to embrace her, I think you will make a fine counselor for peace."
And who might this god be?
Who do you hail to in this life or the last?
Shulg has always guided my blade.
A hunter. A hunter must be moving constantly, must be tracking, must be weary, must be hypervigilant. No. There's no peace in that. You must give thanks to the one who helps all come to rest. Look for the mistress of the bed yard. Look for the goddess of death, the great sleep and respite. Hamasa now calls you hers.
I suppose I should give thanks for my second chance at life.
Well, what good would a second chance be if you were forced to do something with it? You can do as you want, but I recommend considering everything before you make a choice. Until then, I'll be watching you. I think you know how unnerving that is when I do. Oh, and my name. You may call me Kel. Kel Omavet.
And Dragon hesitates at first, but then reaches out his hand. It is a pleasure to meet you, Kel.
Pleasure to meet my replacement. Fair rest. And with that, Kel kind of turns and starts to walk. And as he does, you see in your hand a frayed, strained, withered feather. Like a feather of down that would be in a pillow, but it's been desiccated with age.
I mean, it could have given me a new one.
Ungrateful little shit. He doesn't say that. That's not canon.
It's canon in my heart.
And he's gonna pack it back up in the wrapping and put it in his pocket, and then go to rejoin the group.
All right. So we cut back to Alona, Lothier, a very sheepish Morel, and Shionibus as these two mid 20 somethings and this plumper, slightly older woman is just giving her great big hugs. Alona, you are surrounded by people you recognize from a year ago, a long time ago almost. Brother Kadosh, sister Hava, and mother Tella are all just lavishing you. Brother Kadosh is like, "Oh my God, you actually came back. You're not dead. What was that like? Was it scary? Everything looks so scary." Sister Hava is like, "Did you? Okay, so tell me, like, there's okay. So the cute one, like, what's up with the cute one? Like, what? God, what's up? Did you find the sword? Did you find the person sword? And which one is it? And like, do you have dibs on anyone? Because like that blonde in the back is looking really cute. What's up?"
Wow, this is a lot. Alona thinks to herself. I will answer all of your questions very quickly. I love you. I'm so excited to see you. And but we need to rest. We've had a really long journey. Do you think you could help us settle down for a bit, and then I will answer all of your questions, I promise.
Mother Tella absolutely goes, yes. You are absolutely right. Everyone, stop. She literally just got here. We can hug her some more. She's probably going to stay at least for dinner, right? You're going to stay for dinner. I just worked on a whole, you're not leaving without food. I'm going to feed you. You look too skinny. You're getting too buff. What's happening? Eat more food. Let's go. And she starts shoving you inside the house.
Yeah. Alona just motions for everybody to come inside.
Before Lothier does go inside, he looks at the farming that they were doing. How's it look? How's it going?
Give me, you have farming lore?
Oh, I do have farming lore.
Give me some farming lore.
He said farming, and I was like, I have to.
100.
15 plus. Ooh, 10. 25.
25. Okay, cool. The tools are all wooden tools, very, very simple. You have wooden tools, of course, at home, but the hundreds of years of the mud has caused you to become an amazing woodcraft people. This is just very bare bone kind of tools. The land is a little dry, a little chalky, clearly has enough nutrients deep down to support some decent growth, but the topsoil is a little dead and frayed. The stuff coming out of it is not bad, but it's not plentiful. There's no way they're living entirely off of what they're farming. You're probably guessing that there's a tithe system put into place where people are giving food back to the temple so they can survive off of it. Because what they're making out here is not enough to live off of. You are pretty solid in the idea that if you could just give them a few tips on how to like basically recycle the earth and let it regrow and do some other water tricks, they would be getting much better crops.
He's gonna start just mentally thinking of all the things to say. Like now's not the time. We just got here. You know, there's a family reunion happening, but he's definitely going to do that before they leave.
In our defense, there's no sun.
There is no sun. That is fair.
You're not wrong. There's no sun.
I'm just saying, how are they growing crops anyway? But
I mean, some crops grow in the dark. Yeah, no, but they definitely need a druid farmer's touch to get some better yield.
as someone who
Sydney,
actually
stop bringing
grew up-
logic into it. This is a
I'm
fantasy
sorry.
world. Get it together.
As someone who actually grew up in farm country, I'm like, no, they didn't.
Yeah. I just have to share this because Wes gave me some more farm tips. Hashtag tell them to plant peanuts to return nitrogen to the soil.
Hey!
Hey!
Your facts.
Corn and soy and corn and soy, corn and soy, corn and soy.
Yep.
I'm loving all these farm facts. I love it. First of all, Randy, since you got to use farm lore in a pretty decent way, you get a hero point. I love it when lores actually get freaking used. They are so cool, and like it never really gets a chance to come up. So you get a hero point for using your farm lore.
Yeah.
Have a clue.
I farmed the mess out of that.
Oh yeah. You're already putting like a 5 to 10 year plan on how to like increase yield and give more diversity to the crops coming. And oh man, the profile in this place is going to look amazing. You're like, oh, this is great. All right. So you are all joined by Dragon, and then you all move into the temple proper. Mother Tale is just kind of, yelling at all the young kids and the priest there in the temple. It'd be like, all right, get the seats ready. We're gonna have some guests. Don't worry, I made enough food, but everyone's got to like move. Let's go. And you see, like, besides the two young adults that you saw on the front, there's like maybe 3 other people, and they're all like, oh gosh, and they just start running around trying to prepare for dinner. They're adding extra tables, getting more chairs, getting placements seated, everything like that. Question is, what do you want to do?
Miss Alona, everybody's so excited to have you back.
Yeah, it's great. It's so good. Do you want a tour?
Yeah, that would be mighty nice.
Oh, good. I'll show you the library. And Alona is going to take them to the library.
Okay. Tale just kind of hears that and goes, the library?
Yes.
The
library.
Let me go get Tikva. And she just kind of like hurry waddles out of there. A few minutes pass, and eventually you see a very thin frame of a man with glasses on the bridge of his nose, very simple clothes, and he's like, what is so important? What? By the flower, she's come back. And Tekva just kind of like runs over to you and puts these long old arms around you and just goes, I thought you would have been killed in the war for sure. No offense. I'm sure you're a terrific fighter, whatever. But oh my God, Biafra, you're alive.
I am. Yeah. Hi, Father Tikva. It's
So good to see you. Did they feed you at all? My goodness, look at you. You've got muscles in places, and you're so skinny. Who's feeding you?
I'm feeding me really well. I make good chili.
The squirrel.
It was
What?
absolutely delicious before I destroyed it.
Oh my God. So Techfoot just kind of looks around and goes, oh my gosh, this is so wonderful. We have guests. Obviously you're staying for dinner. If you need a place to stay, our house is your house. So anything you need, please let us know. And you killed squirrel chili?
No, I didn't know it was squirrel. I made.
How do you not
Can we
know?
go to the library?
How do you not know it's squirrel? He kind of stops. He goes, the library. Do you mind if I ask what it's for? I'd like to know what it's for.
I'm just giving them a tour.
Okay.
I'd like to learn about blue people.
You would. Yes. Okay. Love that for you. Let's go to the library. And yes, and we'll do a tour. And then he just kind of like looks at you and mutters, how do you not know it's squirrel? And then he just kind of leads the way. You go into the other side of this building. Like I said, it's very plain, but you do see stairs going down with a kind of pull top. 1 second. So he opens this kind of hidden latch to the basement, and he says, okay, so before we go in, I should just tell you that as a holy building, we do more than just pray and teach and prepare priests for the next generation. There are some things that we protect as well, including knowledge, which is very important to us. So the library you're about to go into is very, very old. And so everyone take off your shoes if you could. It just makes the cleaning easier. And please ask before you take anything. You're allowed to read everything, but please ask first. That's all. I think that's basically the rules. Oh, and don't break anything, please. There's some items here that are like pretty much older than some countries. So, and with that, follow me. He leads you down a long staircase, very, very long staircase, until eventually you find this beautiful, massive ceiling under the building. And oddly enough, there's this kind of semi-horseshoe curved this one part where you see windows overlooking vast, beautiful landscapes of ore underground. You see these beautiful lit candles, green, fiery flames, but give a nice warm orange glow that casts everything in this cozy light. You see beautiful carpentry of massive bookshelves, easily 5 to 10 shelves high, maybe even 2 stories of bookshelves with massive ladders that move on rollers. Wonderful chairs made of very simple fabrics, but cozy and comfy. Looking at it, it feels like you jump into a cloud and then just vanish in the fluff. And these warm orange lights and beautiful carpentry almost steal from the grandeur of books that are thousands of years old, strung together with leather, glue, the knowledge and hope and love of a world for over 30,000 years. And he walks around and says, "Yep, this is my private sanctum, my home away from home. Sometimes I like to come down here and do an old sit and think. Love it, recommend it. There's 2 other places over here. We're not going to look at those, but this is the library. Feel free to take a book, sit in the chair. I'll watch until dinner time."
Can I perceive what exactly he's pointing that we're not looking at?
Yeah, Dragon would immediately want to look at the things he was told not to look at.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Quick question: does anyone here speak Ore besides Alona? I'll tell you what. If you give me a perception check and crit it, I will give you an idea of what you think the letters are trying to tell you.
Okay. About to use my hero points.
Wait,
no.
do I know what he's referring to?
Yes, you do. You do know what he's referring to. You can also read in Ore what it is, and you kind of have a loose concept of what's in there.
Well, can you
27?
message it to me privately?
What's it private? Yeah, 27. Not a crit.
I'm re-rolling.
I'll give you.
Oh
I'll
my
let you know.
God.
I'll let you know. Unless you get a nat 20 on the die, the number for a crit is 32. So 32 or 20 on the die.
18 plus 14. Wait, you said 32?
32 or a 20 on the die.
18 plus
I-
14 is 32.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Literally 32.
Perfect.
It's literally 32.
I was like, am I? Huh.
You love to see it. 1 second while I get my other notes out really fast.
I like knowing stuff.
like
you.
doing-
Thank you, Reap Psych.
All right. So over on one side of this building, well, first of all, the fact that these doors exist the way they do make you think that there are 2 equally large, if not slightly larger, parts of this entire floor. To the right, you see a threshold with some origin letters that don't quite make sense, but there's a symbol that you've seen that gets used a lot. Not quite generically, but universally. It's one of the symbols the Hospitaliers use. It's the symbol for healing and triage. And on the other side, again, in origin, you can't quite read it, but you get a feeling from the severity of the letters that this is you get a vibe like it's an armory, but armory is not quite the intent. Something tangible and powerful is there.
All right. I have a question. While we're walking around, are there any like bugs, pests, animals of any kind that would like, or is this like
No.
good to know?
That is not to say that there won't be any, but as you're looking around right now, you don't see any.
I'm on a tour right now. I have to behave, but
So, Dragon's gonna go up to Lothier. Be like, "Hey, do you want to go like search around a little bit?"
oh, absolutely.
And I cast invisibility on Lothier.
Oh,
Oh my
Oh,
god.
oh,
Okay.
oh. As it sort
should
of
be
like
fun.
washes over him, he's just like wide-eyed and very confused. This was not part of the plan, at least not yet. This has expedited things a bit. All right. He sort of leans into Wes. You don't see me, right? All right.
That's the point of the spell I just cast.
I mean, I just was making sure I didn't want to be too obvious when I'm walking away from the tour group. All right.
Right now, ghosts don't talk that loud.
You're right. Sorry.
You gotta tell me what you find because I'm so curious, and they're gonna notice that the blue guy is missing.
Oh, you're right. All right. I think they're gonna notice the guy who's kind of dirty walking around the museum that they were trying to keep pristine. But we can make it happen. All right.
Maybe
Just
like,
maybe I went to the bathroom. Maybe Alona pointed me to the young men's room. I'm just gonna tiptoe away.
Okay.
And I'm gonna walk towards one of those doors.
And Dragon's still. Are you still here? Like.
So Father Tekva rolled a D20, a perception check to see if he could notice you were missing. He definitely has a moment where he looks around and goes, wasn't there more of you? Wasn't there more of you people?
Can I distract?
Absolutely. Give me a deception. Give me a deception check.
I would like to help with the deception check.
Okay.
I've never actually
Good.
choked on water before. It's not a pleasant experience.
No, it absolutely
But that
sucks.
was amazing.
That's a 26 for deception.
26 for deception.
I'm here pointing. Okay, that's a 17.
17. Okay. So the 26 definitely gets it. As Father Tekva is trying to figure out where the other one went, like whoever in the group was gone. What do you say to distract him?
So I've traveled a lot of places, but I've never traveled to Or. Can you tell me about this magnificent town? This seems so fascinating. I know my dear friend Alona has lived here all her life, but she hasn't said much about it. Like, what was Alona like when she was a kid and everything?
Yes, we would love some embarrassing stories.
Oh my
Or some
goodness.
pictures, some portraits, if you had any.
Yeah.
I wish I took the time, but you get so busy. Where do you find the time? You never do. She showed up at our door mysteriously one night. She was like 2, 4, 6, 8. I don't. She was little. She was young, but she showed up, and there she was, and she was adorable, and she was so lost and confused. And we took her in, and the first couple of weeks, she was so quiet. She was just so sweet. And she ate all of her dinner and she never talked back. And do you see what happened to my little girl? Now she's this buff woman who doesn't eat food. She
I
punches
know.
people. She went to
I
war,
know.
a war.
Crazy. How I can't believe it. Wow, I've heard such amazing stories about her.
Yeah.
1 year she's gone. 1 year, and my precious little girl turns into to what? This killer. What is happening?
I have not seen her kill anything or punch anybody. I'm just gonna say that.
I have. I have seen her punch something. And it was wild.
And
Bar fights every day.
Bar fights every day.
I know.
Alona, we give you all this freedom to go save the world, and this is what you do. You bar fight? Didn't we teach you
And this
better
is
than
why,
that?
and this is why I didn't want to come back. You wonder why I didn't want to come back. This is literally why. Because I wanted to be an adult and I had a mission from our God and I went and I did the thing and I get grief for it. I saved the world.
You know what? You're right. I have to let that little girl that showed up on my doorstep when she was 1 year old. How old were you?
I was 8.
Okay, you were 8. Sorry. I'm like 55. Everyone looks like they're 2 to me. But yeah, I need to learn. I need to learn to let you go, and that's something old Father Techfa's got to work on. But anyway, I'm very, very proud of you. And well, I got so distracted. What are we talking about? We're looking for the library. Here we are. Here are the books. Go ahead, peruse, have fun, but ask first. And I'm gonna have a seat in my favorite chair. And he kind of scuffles it over, sits down in a chair, and just adjusts his glasses and just starts reading a book while kind of looking at y'all.
Does Alona notice the shenanigans happening?
Give me a perception check.
Okay, I'm gonna use my gay dice. Don't fail me now. Don't fail me. You did. Damn it. Hero point. Hold, please.
All right, holding
Come
a hero point.
on. Listen, I did get 2. You failed me again. Wait, no, I have good perception. I have good perception.
Okay.
14 plus 12. Wait, no, it's 15 now because we leveled up. 15 plus 12 is 27.
Okay.
pretty
Yeah,
good.
you start kind of thinking about what Father Tekfa said, like, hey, wasn't there one more of you? And you're like, that I love Father, but sometimes he's just a little removed from reality. Wait a minute. Why do I feel like we're missing somebody? You look around, you're not quite putting one and one together, but you're down a person. Someone in the group that came down here is not here anymore.
I would just also like to let you know that Dragon's deception is +3. He's not very good at deception at all, and he would be inching up to Alona to ask a question. Just yeah. So theoretically, if someone were to go into one of those forbidden rooms, would that be bad? Would that be bad?
It depends on which one.
There's a difference.
One of them, I wouldn't be as mad.
Okay. What about the other one? Theoretically.
I bring you home.
Mhm.
A place I didn't want to go.
Yep.
And you
I didn't do anything. Look. I mean, I did.
theoretically.
Theoretically, that's what I'm asking. Because, okay, when you tell me not to go to a place, what do you think I want to do?
Well, I didn't tell you.
Okay, well, when old man who clearly likes rules too much tells me not to go to a place, I mean, you didn't want to come back. Did you want to go into the rooms?
I've been in those rooms.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's in them?
Well, I'm not going to tell you. Because this is all theoretical, right?
But non-theoretical me wants to know.
Well, I would be willing to tell you what's in those rooms, but I have a feeling this situation isn't very hypothetical. And the thing is, I would have been totally down to sneak into places if you had asked me first, but you didn't.
I didn't sneak in anywhere. We just wanted to look at things. No one's gonna break anything, theoretically.
I guess it just is gonna depend on what happens then, I guess, theoretically.
So I definitely go in the one that's not the healing one.
Wonderful. I was wonderful to get. Yes. Okay. So I want to kind of make good. Yeah, let's make good time of this. So I want everyone, including you, Randy, give me a perception check, or a society check, or a lore check.
I'm here
Society.
reporting that.
Oh.
I'm glad I had that extra one. Thank you.
Okay, so let's go first with Alona. Alona, what was the check and what was the amount?
Wait, what?
Yeah, did you roll a perception check? Did you roll a society check, or did you roll a specific lore check?
Oh, that was for all of us. I thought that was just
Everybody.
for Randy. Oh, okay.
No, everyone, including Randy. Sorry.
Okay. I'm using my last hero point. Oh, come on, gay dice. Don't fail me. Why? Why? All right, listen. I don't want to put gay dice in a dice jail because I think that's homophobic, but like I'm getting pretty not feeling not so great things about this D20 right now. So I'm going to do I guess a society check.
I hate to say this, Sydney, but I really don't think it's the dice.
Ooh,
We've been playing a few of these games.
Oh,
shots
Listen.
fired.
Listen, if you have me on your streams, at least I'll fail big and go home.
We're at your home right now.
It's a 13.
Okay, good to know. Dragon, what was the roll and what was the number?
22 on society.
Okay, society. 22. Shunibus, what was the roll and what was the number?
25 for perception.
Nice. Okay. And last but not least, Lothier, what was the roll and what was the
26 for perception. Definitely looking out to not get caught by everyone.
Okay. All right. So wonderful. 1 second. Yes. Okay. So Kylie, as you are looking around, awkwardly trying to, not get into this mess around, maybe not yet, you tangentially just kind of like, I'm just gonna like look through these books and kind of not really paying attention. But eventually you see something. It strikes you very strongly, and you pull this from the bookshelf. I've copy and pasted it. It's a lot of writing. I'm sorry, a lot of reading. I've copy and pasted it into a private Facebook chat. That being said, Wes.
Yes.
As you are trying to ignore Alona, you see a book, also like a really big, epic-looking book, and it gets your attention immediately. And looking at it, the title says "A History of the Great Dragons and Their Children." Now, unfortunately, you're not quite getting the information that would be important from it, but you have found an important book. Alona, same thing. However, if the both of you want to roll a perception check right now, we can make basically like a roll for aid. You get to decide who's the primary roller.
Dragon.
For perception, I'm gonna
Mhm.
guess you have higher perception. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Okay, I'll do it. Are you sure that you wanted me to do it?
Yeah. I got a 22.
I sure did not get that. I sure got an 18.
18 total.
Oops. Yarp. That is what I got. Oops.
It's at least a
Oops.
40 total.
Oh, shoot.
Oh my goodness, what was that?
That was an Amber Alert. That was
Yikes.
an Amber Alert. Yes. Well. Yep, you got two. There we go.
That's
Living
weird.
in LA.
I don't have the Amber Alert on my phone yet.
Don't worry.
You'll
It's
I'll
a
get it
coming.
eventually. I guess it takes longer for an Amber Alert to get out here. So Wes, what was your total?
22.
22. Okay. You are able to, I'm going to cut this in half and I'm going to force you all to work together to pile this like a puzzle. So this is the first half of the history of great dragons and their children. It's a little bit of a description. This will be sent to Wes. And then the other half will be sent directly to Sidney.
Ooh. I love a good reveal.
And then send this back to Wes as well. This is why I like to keep all my writings in notebooks, because now you get to watch me play tab hopping in the computer. All right, now, while you're all looking at that and dissecting this information, Randy.
Yep.
You make your way into a room. It's very... The vibe you get on entering this place is very purified, very holy. It's like when you're walking into a room you're not supposed to be into, and everything just feels that much more powerful and sterile. Like, ugh. Very, very plain, simple construction. Ironically, the only steel, reinforced steel you've seen in the entire city. Everything else is stone, mud, wood, brick. This is reinforced steel. You see what looks like a big ramp going upward and kind of like massive staircasing like layers to it. Right in front of the first almost staircase where the ramp is going through the middle of it, there's a big veil, a big thick veil separating whatever's in this room from you.
I'm going to detect magic on that veil.
1 second. I gotta look up. Because you're gonna detect magic. I need to know how bad this is gonna hurt.
Oh.
Oh. Listen.
Not break. I'm not supposed to break stuff.
Because there's some fun rules about detect magic, and let's see here. Here we go. All right, so I'll say this. Give me a will save.
If you just communicated and asked.
24.
24. You detect magic. Your mind is overwhelmed, not just by light and pain, but by rushing movement. Out of character. Your soul feels like it's on the worst roller coaster you've ever been on.
Oh my gosh.
Too much extreme movement rushing you, and it's way overstimulating. You are now you are enfeebled, 1, until you leave the room. You are, here it goes, I'm looking for, you are clumsy, 1, until you leave the room, and you are dazzled. You are dazzled until you leave the room. You're weakened. You can't quite get your equilibrium, and it's very hard to see almost anything. You're not quite blind, but it's not good.
Okay. mechanically, how does clumsy and dazzled sort of affect rolls?
Sure. So clumsy, in this case, it's a clumsy 1 specifically, gives you a -1 penalty. Let me get the exact wording here. On any dexterity-based checks and DCs, including AC, reflex saves, range attacks, and skill checks using acrobatics, stealth, and thievery. You now have a -1 to all that. Let's see here. As for dazzled, all creatures and objects are concealed from you. So to do anything, you already have to succeed a flat DC check of 11 to even do something with it. The dazzled does that. And then the clumsy, even if you do it, you're going to be a penalty for even trying.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a bad idea.
So you're detecting magic on the veil. Are you going to actually try to part the veil and see
No,
what's
I'm
beyond it?
absolutely not going near that veil.
I'm going to even say, give me one more willpower save. Thankfully, this is not affected by dazzled, clumsy, or enfeebled.
Okay.
Oh,
no. I got a 16. That's a 2 on the die.
2 on the die. So I know the spell is put on by somebody else, but since you are being overwatched by such a powerful reaction, your invisibility breaks.
I see myself sort of shimmer back into existence, and I'm like, oh, this was a bad idea. Why did I do this? Oh, all right.
When I feel the magic fail.
Yes, you do. You feel your spell, your spell fail.
So I guess Alona and I are looking at the book, and then all of a sudden you just see Dragon sit straight up and goes, oh shit.
Oh, great. Alona just stares right into Dragon's soul and goes, are you theoretically okay right now?
I am theoretically fine, but Lothier might theoretically be in a bad situation.
And that's where we're going on our 5-minute break for episode 19 of Edge of Legend.
Oh my god.
Oh god, we're going to be going on our 5-minute break. When we come back, we're going to figure out what they learned. We're going to figure out if Lothier is dead or alive, or, whatever. Either way, we'll see you in 5 minutes. See you soon. Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome back to part 2 of episode 19 for Edge of Legend. Thank you to everyone that rated us. Thank you so much for the subs. Really appreciate it. And if you're just now joining in, they're back in Sydney, aka Alona's homeland. I'm gonna make my finger right there. We go. Her homeland of Or, and they've gone to the big holy library and the temple to Afra. But Lothier decided to kind of skip away from the group. And so now we're going to go deal with the rest of that. So you're doing your detection, and yeah, you do hear a voice as the invisibility drops. You hear a voice that says, "Huh, I'll be damned." And you see this head kind of poking out of the veil, looking right at you. Hey there. What you doing?
I start fit coughing, turn around, and as I do that, I'm going to use my new feet to look like a different person.
We were talking in the green room about that feat. I'm excited for that. All right.
So I'm gonna use Thousand Faces to change, because they saw me really quickly, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get Alona in trouble, so I'm doing what I can to not be that. So one of my focus points is going to wild shape into. I need something that's veritable height, probably the same ish, but slightly different, like an elf. So I'm gonna make my ears pointy. And like and I mean I still have the hat and the clothes, so maybe that's not the best idea. Never mind. I was trying not to get you in trouble. I start coughing. I think that I'm gonna do that. I'm like, no, it's not the right time. Hello, stranger. I seem to have turned the wrong corner in here. I got lost from my friends. Alas.
The head kind of poking from the veil just goes, oh, okay. Well, probably a good idea for you to leave then, huh, buddy?
Oh, you're right. I seem to be out of my sorts. You see him sort of trying to like back away. He probably bumps into something because he's clumsy.
The face kind of chuckles a little bit at the curiosity and now being caught, and they kind of laugh a little bit, and they open up the veil a bit, not enough so you can see beyond it, but then they kind of close it behind them, and they turn around and say, okay, listen, I get it. You're very curious. That's awesome. We need curiosity. We have to question things. So I'll just give you a little bit of information, maybe kind of satiate that curiosity. This is the reliquary. This is a very special place where we are keeping a lot of powerful old like artifacts and relics. And as such, we keep them safe, protected, respected. The veil is there between them and you because, well, a lot of these things are very powerful anchors of some very powerful gods. And I don't want to see that really pretty face of yours get melted off. Now,
no, my head is still kind of burning. I definitely did not know that this was such a revered place. I apologize to Aftra and all of the gods.
I'm sorry, you sound like you said Aftra, like SAG Aftra, and that just broke me.
It's a joke.
I want to, the altar of both SAG and AFTRA, the two masks of theater, whether I like it or not.
Does that mean that all of the clerics are a part of AFTRA's equity?
They're all union. They're like,
they have great health coverage.
they have great health coverage. Yeah, if you can get it. Welcome to the Church of SAG and AFTRA. It's good work if you could get it.
Sorry.
Oh my god. Anyway, can you tell we're actors? Anyway, so they introduced themselves as Zera Leor and Zeraleor. They say they are in charge of the reliquary. They mention like there's some things back here that if used by the wrong person could be devastating to the land, the greater spirits, also just some really old artifacts that we don't want to see lost or damaged. So I understand you're curious. Maybe if you're lucky, we'll get you behind the veil. But until then, gotta make sure it's safe.
Of course, I will return back to my brethren. Do not worry. I did not mean any harm. Oh, sorry, bookcase. I apologize for all of this. Could you point me back to the door?
Yeah. You're just gonna look at me, and then you're gonna do a 180, and then that's where you go.
Thank you, Zera Leor. I will tell my friends you helped me. All right. Bye-bye.
Hey, have a blessed day. And then I just kind of like shoot finger guns and then walk behind the veil again.
As soon as I'm outside of that door, he's going to like slump down beside the wall and just go,
Note to self: do not let Dragon just make you invisible and do the things, because it may not end well. Got it. All right. Time to
So-
find my friends.
So for narrowly escaping, now of course, Alona's judgment notwithstanding, but for narrowly escaping a Lothier Dragon mess around, I'm awarding both of you hero points.
That's adorable.
Oh,
That's
I almost had my mind melted. Yeah.
Dragon is gonna feel so bad.
All
Mhm.
right. So as Lothier is coming back to the group, I want to open it up to the group. You had a chance to read the things I sent you. I don't know if you had a chance yet to talk during the break about the materials, but if you want to now, now's the time. You've been researching this entire happened to during this entire time.
Well, I know that my invisibility spell broke, and I
Mhm.
also may have mentioned that to like not the invisibility spell, but that Lothier might theoretically be in trouble. So if possible, I'd like to just continue that for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that takes precedent over a book. I love books. Lothier may be dying. More important than book. More important than book.
So theoretically, I may have cast an invisibility spell on Lothier.
And you sent him where?
I just told him to check things out. Look, respectively, respectfully, out of everyone here, he's the only person I knew that wouldn't mess something up or damage anything.
Sorry, Kylie, you're muted. Oh, okay. Understood.
He's very
Um,
cautious about things, and
mhm.
yeah.
Well, if you had asked, I would have told you, possibly gotten you a tour after convincing Father Tikva or talking to somebody else. But he's either in very big danger.
Who do what now?
He's either in very big danger or slightly less danger.
Well, I don't really like
So-
either of the danger options, to be 100% honest.
I had a feeling. So here's the thing about places you're not supposed to go. Sometimes you're not supposed to go for a very good reason. And I feel like this is a very good lesson to be learned for everyone involved. And let's go check out some of those doors to see which ones have been tampered with and find our friend and hope they have not been deceased at this point.
He's gonna be okay, right?
We're going to find out.
As you end the conversation and begin to look for Lothier, I will allow Lothier, if they want to join now.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Lothier is not stumbling anymore, because you said at when he left the room it went away. Is
Mhm.
that yeah.
Yeah.
But he's still like sort of dazzled in his mind of what just happened. And he walks over and goes, "Oh, thank goodness." So he looks over where's our tour guide, because I don't want to say this too loud so he can hear.
He's maybe 10,
Great.
15 feet away in a chair. Yeah.
So I go, that bathroom you asked me to check out was very exciting. I don't want to go there again. It was nice. I would love to know more, but it was very scary. I saw lights, and it was a reclary that what did I say it wrong?
I'm just glad you're okay.
Oh, me too. So there's a room back there that if you mess with it can fry your brain. And I don't want to do that again. So but I did meet a nice person, Miss Alona. I met Zara Lior. Do you know them? They said maybe they can show us. And he looks at Dragon and goes, maybe they said maybe they can show us like what's inside the Ricolari.
That's good. Lothier, I'm really glad that you were okay.
Oh, me too. Can I sit down? No.
Jonabus is gonna walk up because I feel like hasn't been a part of this nonsense. She's like, guys, look what did I miss?
Oh,
Dragon's head is just down on his chest.
Alona, what'd you do to make him feel bad?
What? I didn't do anything. I didn't do what.
Why does he look so sad?
Because
Why
he
are
did something
you
dumb.
sweating?
it's a long story.
It's not that long.
I mean, I mean, when you see like bright lights and you can't walk and everything's kind of confused looking, it's a lot.
Sounds like death.
It does, except
Literally.
like shiny death. It was very bright.
And
It's like, yeah,
sheepishly, Dragon's just gonna admit he's like, I cast invisibility on Lothier so he could check out the restricted areas.
which I was really excited to do until I found out there's like a booby trap back there.
Wait, hold on. You did it without me? Dude.
Oh.
I knew I
Sorry.
was like distracting him for something, but I didn't know what it was, but damn. Well,
I mean, I have the ability. I can make you invisible too.
Hey,
no, I don't want to be
No,
second
no,
fiddle
no.
now.
You don't want to go.
Listen, we
No.
have had enough of the invisibility for today. Lothier, I am so glad that you're okay.
I'm sorry, Miss Alona. I didn't mean to get you in any trouble.
Notice, and
Good.
Zara Lior is wonderful.
Oh, good. All right.
And Dragon's gonna go to high five Lothier. Good job not getting Alona in trouble.
I go to high five and just like straight up miss like 2 days.
And Dragon's just gonna grab Luthier's wrist and then clap at himself.
Ah, thanks. Oh yeah, I think it's time for a seat.
What did you want to show us, Shionibus?
Yeah.
Oh, Tobit. Remember the guy that Tobias, maybe his dad, we weren't quite sure, but that's why we traveled here. I
Yeah.
found his journal.
You
Yeah.
found Tobias's dad's journal?
I don't know if it's his dad, but like maybe. But yeah, that's definitely his journal.
Is-
Wait,
Where's
are there
Tobias
X's and
right now?
O's and hearts?
No, but that would have been so cute though. Man, maybe I should add some.
I found a dragon
Anyway.
book.
Ooh, what's that one about?
Well, I was really hoping it was going to be how to train and ride one, but it's just a history of the great dragons and their children.
That's kind of lame.
And-
Wait, what are their children called?
I don't know. It's let's see here. Something about Zin, Treatise of Dragons. I skimmed.
Mm.
Cool.
Yeah,
Because
Does
we
Valain or Tarsian, those names ring a bell?
No.
I don't think so.
It's elven handwriting, that much I can tell. It's very fancy.
Ooh,
Huh.
hey, you want to switch journals?
Yeah.
You
Y'all
can
got to
copy
find-
and
Y'all got
Taste
to
that.
find cool books, and I got to almost die.
Hey, I mean that's pretty cool.
No,
Welcome to the club. Now you're officially like one of us.
it's true. I want to be less like one of the club. What about you? What did you find, Miss Alona?
Well, in looking at the second half of the book, it looks like there was some kind of military unit that got charge of some egg, which is considered the egg of peace. And apparently, Koramat is mentioned, and Koramat is a dragon god, but apparently they might have been killed, which would explain why some of the dragons in previous texts have been missing. But this is the first I've heard of a dragon god actually being killed. But it looks like that the egg of peace should be somewhere safe, whatever that means. I don't know. I wish we had someone that was old enough to actually remember some of these things, because I feel like this might be even from before your time, Shonibus.
Yeah, PJ, I wouldn't know of anything. We didn't have any relationships with the dragons, did we?
DM brain thinking big thoughts.
You come into my home, and this is how you treat me.
You come into my home, you sneak into my
You
reliquary.
sneak into my library.
Okay, I'll say this. In the book, in the Diary of Tobit, did you recognize a specific name?
I thought I did. Hold on, let me go back to it. Kane sounded familiar.
Maybe, but there should be at least one name that might stand out. It's been a while. I'll say this. Give me a society check, and I'm going to send it to you in a private message.
Society?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You got this. Okay. That's a math. Hold on. I don't want to screw this up. That is a 30.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh.
Watching the bubbles gives me anxiety.
Oh my god. If you check the chat right now, Reepsegi's killing me. Listen. There's a lot going on. I
Right.
suppose.
There's a lot going on. No one died from going into a library
That's
yet.
good. Yeah.
Say we're on the right track.
Yep.
Yeah. A reliquary.
Yep. I know how to pronounce it. Lothier does not.
I know.
Gesundheit.
It's great.
That's
I
hilarious.
love that
and
you
love
don't know
that.
how to pronounce it. I really do.
Bori just for relics.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure. Brilliant.
Okay, so we have these books, and that's lovely. And we have Father Tikva over there, and Lothier hasn't died. Is Tobias and Morel in this room with us, or did they just disappear and not come down?
Morel seems to have been hijacked by probably some of your friends from the temple.
Oh,
Tobias is also not there.
He snuck off somewhere, didn't he? Okay. Oh, lovely. PJ, is there any way to check this book out of the library, or is Father Tikva just not gonna let me take it anywhere? He's not gonna let me take it.
I mean, if you wanted to making a diplomacy check.
I'm just gonna take notes.
Okay.
About key points. Dragon, would you mind also sharing your half with me?
Absolutely.
I love that. Thank you.
Um,
And I shall take notes.
uh,
Play with my earlobe.
do you, Alona, do you know what the Astrogenicon is?
Yes, of course I know what the Astrogenicon is. That's the book of the gods.
Oh, well,
Everything in it from the beginning of time.
Oh, well, the book that I gave to Genovus, it was talking about the Astrogenicon and dragons. Something about the Great Dragon War.
Yeah, the Great Dragon War, that's what created the Great Divide between Acadia and places like where we were in Shin. Basically what happened is that people there was a conflict over dragons, long story short, and Acadia wanted to cull them off, and other people didn't agree. And so in order to protect the dragons, the people of Shin, Oriyasu, so on, separated from the earth. And one of the dragons became the earth that they are on. So it's a big confluence of things, but the Great Dragon War happened a very long time ago. Why?
Well, this book says, talks about that, and signed. May I never need to write one of these blasted bloody things, Valine Tarsian. Does that name ring a bell to you?
Not really. Maybe. At some point. Perception check, PJ.
Sydney, do you have elven lore by any chance? Lore
I
elves or?
do have elven lore.
And Shionibus, I'm just curious, do you have it as well?
I do, as well as heraldry.
Make the roll.
Yes. This is my first time using elven lore. Ooh, that's not so bad. That's a 27.
Also a 27.
Hey.
By your powers combined, here's what you remember about Valine Tarsian. Valine Tarsian is a very powerful elven mage from some time back. He probably predates the trees being pruned or the great pruning by about 10,000 years. You remember hearing stories that he was one of the great generals in the Grand Dragon War, and some of his operations were key to victory. After the battle, it seems that the taste for global politics didn't agree with him, and he ran away to the magic college that just floats in the middle of the sky above the water in the oceans. But you've heard a bunch of rumors that he's vanished the past couple hundred years, just gone. No one really knows where he's been to. But yeah, very powerful elven mage who is very, very prevalent in the Grand Dragon War, including a fun little story about an operation he put out to go and enter a dragon, like a dragon holy site, to steal an egg of peace, a very powerful relic of the dragons. And upon doing so, it helped end the entire war that almost ravaged the land and killed everybody. So taking that egg was huge. And something about the behemoths was mentioned a little bit too. You're not sure if he built them or what, but the behemoths were very big in that battle as well.
And there's nothing in this book about where that egg was taken.
You have what you have.
Well, big old ratty rats. Okay. So an elf stole an egg of peace. Apparently ended the war. That seems like some weird ethics to me, to be honest. But what does this have to do with the Oh no, rubs her temples. Okay. Amazing. Things about dragons. And the Astrogenicon. Somehow this has something to do with the Ninth Circle Prophecy because Azamat started the Circle Prophecy cycle. So now we just have to connect the two. But I don't know how to do that.
Well, Tobit's journal says the two other people that were going to be essentially sacrificed with him had nothing to do with any sort of military prowess, anything like that. And they're still alive somewhere, supposedly. So we could go looking for them. Or now that we have a little more information, we can go back to that Wormkin in the Platinum Hammer and see if maybe he knows a little more.
That's a good point. What are the names of the people that were with Tobit, or did they not give names?
One of them is don't tell me, it's here. Kane Chason, something like that. However you may pronounce it. I don't know. People around the world pronounce the names so differently. And Cohen Hannah. Or Hannah, depends who you ask. Again, who really knows?
Okay. I can also ask Father Tikva if Tobit was from Or. I mean, he probably has ties here still. I think he does, right?
I think he was. I think that's what we had found out when we were first doing our research about him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, if he's really from Or, it's worth asking over dinner if my family has any recollection of him before he moved on. Now, whether we want to ask that in front of Tobias or not, that's another question. But has anyone seen Tobias?
Nope.
Son of a
goddamn.
bitch.
Does anyone have any questions about the materials? I know only some people got to look at some of it. Has anyone else had a chance to look at it or want to take a look at it?
I just
We
want to
can-
look when everyone's done.
I'll share my notes with Lothier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dragon, do you want to share notes with Lothier as well?
Yep.
Great. That'll make my life.
I'm keeping it secret
Same.
for myself.
Great. That'll make my life so much easier as I send basically everything to Randy. 1 second here.
Yay. Nice.
But I did I also look over at Chionobis and I go, I know we're unraveling ancient mysteries and all of that, but the one thing that stuck out to me that I just heard while y'all were talking was that you're like, if things would be from your time, are you from a long time ago or?
Yeah, you could say that. Well, when you're like, what is it, 2,200 years old?
Oh my, oh great goodness gracious.
Something like that. You lose count after like 1,500. No, it's just a lot of birthdays.
You look great.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, it's all about the moisturizing. The mud in Nubia is quite hydrating. It's my favorite. So
Yeah, I love a good mud bath too.
right, they're good. You should come with me sometime, and then we'll just like make
I'm
a whole spa
100%
trip.
down. Also, I can show you a great recipe for some mud pies to die for. Anyway, so is everyone where you're from? You know, long living, or is it like you travel through time? Or I'm just trying to figure out. I mean, we got princes and princesses and like avatars of other things. I don't know what's going on. I'm just trying to understand.
Well, I'm the last few of my nation before our tree was burned down. So everyone, I guess I'm the youngest of my nation. Definitely not the oldest. But yeah, so I guess, yeah, everyone's around my age or older.
Wow. I mean,
and you
thank
see
you for
she's like
sharing.
she kind of like goes kind of a little quieter, a little more like inward than what she's usually been, and kind of just, yeah.
I didn't mean to bring up something if it's uncomfortable.
No,
I-
no, that was a long time ago.
But it's still important, and who knows? How did you join this group? I feel like and he looks over at Dragon and he goes, I feel like we joined and we knew from the beginning our mission is to find Tobias, and now we found Tobias, but I'm still trying to figure out what we all are trying to accomplish now.
Let's talk over dinner.
Yeah,
I feel like it'd maybe be a little easier over there.
makes sense. All right.
Food and drink sound great, actually.
Yeah, but do
Several.
do people
drinks.
drink a lot here in Or? Looking over at Alona, because I know Miss Alona sure doesn't.
I don't.
I
we-
know a lot
we
of religious
don't.
people. They'd all drink a lot.
Well, not these ones.
Oh,
These ones don't. I would be surprised if there was any alcohol in the main house.
Father Tickfoot just kind of like gets up from his book. It's kind of, what? Drinking? No, we don't do that unless it's a special occasion. We have some great stuff for a special occasion. And in fact,
She
Yeah.
just came back from
Yeah.
a year journey.
you
seems like a
read
special
Yeah.
occasion.
you read my spirit. That's what we're doing. I'm going to break out the special stuff that we're only allowed to have on special occasions a little bit. Don't go too crazy, but it's going to be a great time, and we have something really big to celebrate.
Sounds good to me.
Close the
Dinner
book.
ready?
Glasses off. Probably is at this point. Let's go upstairs. I think you're done with the library. Did you get everything you needed? Any other thing before we go upstairs?
No, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Me too.
Okay, everyone.
Mhm.
Go back upstairs. Go back upstairs. Make sure you find your shoes. I know you took them off. Let's go.
As they like shuttle past like the two doors, he just gives a little shiver.
Yeah.
So you go back upstairs, you go back to the main room, you can smell the cooking, the warm home cooked meal. You can smell this, the salt, the pepper, the spices, the dough. It's all buttery and warm and fresh. You can smell potatoes that have been mashed and mixed with cream and butter and garlic, and it's all so warm and rich and happy. And you even get this nice lamb that's been seasoned, and it all creates this wonderfully warm aroma. You know, it's like going to eat at like a grandparent's place during a major holiday, that kind of smell, warmth, and energy. As you enter, you see Tobias talking to Sister Hava, and she's just like, so what's it like being a prince? And he's like, let me tell you, it is truly humbling to be so powerful, but constantly giving back to the community every chance I get. And she's like, really? Have you ever fought a dragon? So many dragons. I've barely escaped every time. And she's like, that's so cool. Meanwhile, you see Morel is just kind of like flexing with no joy in his face, while the others are poking his biceps, and they're like, you fit all of that, and look at these arms. Look at these arms. He goes, I know, I worked on them myself. And they're doing pull-ups on his biceps. And he's like, yep, it still hurts my back. Nope. Okay. Do another 5. Rep it out, my man. And they're having this kind of awkward, like when you bring a boyfriend home for family dinner, it's like that times 2.
Oh no!
Hey, Alona, I think they like him. Think he
I'm
fits in
so glad.
home?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's great. Wow. Oh, this is another level I was not expecting. Excuse me.
And just a little too loud, but not on purpose. He talking to Alona. Yeah, do they know that he's your boyfriend?
Sorry, now what? Hold, please. Alona puts a hand over the mouth so fast.
Hold on. It landed cockeyed. I really hope it lands on the. Okay, that's not bad. All right. So you say that, and Mother Mother Tale just goes, "You're dating the. Which one are you dating? Also, congratulations! You didn't tell me you had a boyfriend. What? Is it the big? Is it the really big one, or is it the really handsome one? Either way, why didn't you? Oh my goodness! Come here, give Mama. And she's looking confused, like which boy to hug. Alona, who is it?
There's been no talk of things. Why are you pointing?
So you're all pointing at Morel? So you're just, you throw Alona under the fantasy bus as Mother Tale just goes, oh, the big, come here, big, oh, you're so big. Oh, you're so well fed. Oh, you're so, and there's like Morel, like bicep curling a whole person while being awkwardly hugged and just goes, it's a pleasure to be welcomed by such a warm house. Meanwhile,
you're smiling.
God, the Dragon Lothir mess arounds are so strong. And the Shionibus, oh, it's also strong. Meanwhile, Sister Hava just slams her hand on the table. She goes, what? Alona, you're dating the big one and you didn't tell me? He's so cute.
I've been home for less than an hour. We were reading books. I don't know. We haven't had a conversation. Where's food?
But like you've been on like 3 dates.
Mm-hmm. All very respectable dates together.
Mm-hmm.
I promise that they haven't even, like, the most I've seen is a kiss on the forehead. It's really all very wholesome.
Yeah, they haven't even like cuddled yet.
Mother Tella's like, a kiss on the forehead? This is scandalous. Come here. And she gets him by the face. Just, oh, come here. It gives him a kiss on the cheek. And she's like, you be good to my Alona, okay? If I hear you break her heart, I break your knees. You're a big man. You can't do very much without those knees now, can you? And Morel is just staring at her with his face all like this, going, I won't break her heart, I promise.
Ilona looks at Shionibus, betrayal written all over her face.
How you doing?
When I went to your home,
yeah,
I didn't say shit. I stayed by myself in that big old library and I minded my own. That's a lie. I did not mind my business, but I didn't say shit to your family about all the shenanigans between you and Awesome Ra and the demons and saving the world. I didn't say anything. And the first thing you do.
I feel like you're holding me by like the collar of my shirt.
I am.
Oh no.
Is this revenge for forcing you to go on that date with Awesome Ra?
Absolutely. Too bad we were already not married. We were already engaged. So like, it really can't get worse.
But you didn't tell me that either.
She like pushes Alona's forehead away. Like an older sister to their younger siblings. She's like, get off me.
Okay. So Hava starts to talk to Tobias now with renewed interest, while Morel has the awkward dismount of, being told that he's, if you hurt her, I'm going to break you. He's like, okay. And the person doing pull-ups on his arms goes, should I get off? And he's like, please, it's very painful. Okay. And he gets, let's go. The table is set. Food is placed all over. It's a big spread. Lamb and bread and amazing soup and just about everything you can imagine spread out. Tekva comes up with this kind of old clay bottle, with a little cork in it. He gets a glass for everyone except the youngins. Takes it out, starts pouring this deep red purple liquid, kind of fills all of your glasses. And kind of with a nice squeak and hollow thunk, recorks it, puts it down by his feet onto the table, and he hands it to Lothier, Alona, Shionibus, Dragon, of course, himself and Mother. Zara Lior joins. They get a drink as well. And so do Tobias and Morel. And he's like, this is a special wine that only we make, only for the temple, only for special occasions. So by joining me in this drink, you join my table, you join my family, if only for a night. We are one. Take this drink. Welcome to my family. And don't break anything, please. But yes, drink to you.
Here. And Dragon's just gonna down the whole thing in one gulp.
He watches, he goes, that's a spirited young man. That's supposed to be enjoyed for a while. But you know what? You committed.
Tasty.
It's good. It's very sweet. Mm-hmm. He takes a nice little swig of it.
I'm gonna reiterate the question I got from Reef Psyche. And he just put it in the chat. Is it Manischewitz?
Fantasy world equivalent, yeah.
It's fantasy Manischewitz. Has anyone in this room had Manischewitz before?
I started looking it up as soon as I saw that.
I was gonna say, out of character, Wes has no idea what that is.
Mm-mm. I love that Reef Psyche called it Fantaschewitz. Fantaschewitz. You, Reef Psyche, you get a hero point for Fantaschewitz. I freaking love that.
Ooh.
Oh, that makes me so happy. It fills me with much joy. Oh, wow.
It's kosher wine.
Yeah, it's kosher wine. I want to say I've had it one time, and I remember it being very sweet. I might be wrong. It might be just dry. But that's what I remember.
No. You don't understand. It's like the sweetest thing you could ever drink.
I thought that's what my brain was saying.
Very sweet.
Awesome.
It's very, very sweet. This is great. Well, I hope everyone likes their wine, and I'd like to say something. Lona stands up with a glass of the wine, the Fantaschewitz, and she looks at everyone gathered around the table. It fills me with much joy to have my family meet my other family. And our stay here will be brief because we have things that we need to get done for the betterment of the world. And I still have things that I need to get done as well. But it is very nice to have these two worlds meet. And I look forward, over however long we end up staying, you all getting to know each other a little bit better. And cheers to that.
Cheers. Everyone raises a glass and joins you in your toast. Well, so what brings you to Or, and what are your plans for while you're here? I don't think we even asked these. I'm so sorry for being such bad hosts. But yeah, what brings you here, and what are you gonna do while you're here?
Well, we are looking for more information on a few prophecies that we've discovered. Um, and actually, Father Tikva, I did want to ask you, are you familiar with Tobit Raphaelis?
Oh, Tobit Raphaelis. Hmm. I don't know. I don't think so. I do remember a good young man, a good, strong warrior named Tobit. Oh, I can't remember the last name to save my life. But I do remember he was a very good young man, very good warrior. Then he left. Oh, terrible news. I heard he died. Why? What about him?
We have been researching a prophecy. I believe his is the eighth circle prophecy. Are you familiar with those at all?
The cycle prophecies, you mean? Yeah, I'm familiar with them. Yeah.
Well, there's a ninth.
Started again. I thought we finally ended it last time. Okay. Do we know who it is?
Alona looks at Tobias.
We got to kill him. He's right there.
What? Father Tikva, come.
That's why I'm saying it doesn't make any sense. He's right here. You bring him to my what?
We're trying not to kill him. We're trying to stop the prophecy from happening.
Oh, he's one of the chosen ones for this cycle.
Yes.
Oh. Oh, oh. Oh. What's his name? You said what did you say it was again?
Tobias Raphaelis.
He turns to Tobias and slowly slides an old caring hand across the table, and he says, "My condolences about your father. You look a lot like him. I mean, the hair's a little different and the eyes are a different color, but you look a lot like your old man, and I'm very sorry about your loss."
Ooh. But you just said you didn't know a Tobit Raphaelis.
Well, strings tying together, making knots. It's all coming together.
Okay. Father, did you're alluding to the fact that you were there for the Eighth Circle Prophecies fulfillment.
Tikva seems to kind of like hesitate and struggle, and then finally kind of leans back and leans over to Mother Tale and whispers in her ear, and then comes back and says, "All right, young ones, please leave the table if you could. The adults have to talk." All the kids just kind of go, "Ooh, you got in trouble," and they laugh and run away. All right, Mother, I think it's time. Zura, you remember? Yeah, okay. I was a very young man when it happened. Oh, younger man. We were called in probably sometime 0400 in the morning. We had a foreign visitor. Looked just like Azamat. And that was impossible, I thought. Maybe it was one of his celestials. I don't know. I've never seen a celestial in my life. But no, he assured me he was not a celestial. He was something else. He was a very, very old and very powerful, but still very mortal child of Azamat, the Wormkin. He eventually colloquially referred to himself as. His name was Tanin. He said he's about 30,000 years old, and he came with a message that the cycle would begin anew. And so myself and a few other priests at the temple worked with him to go over scripture and pray and try to ascertain who would be the people. And sure enough, we came up with 5 names. And these were 5 names of only 5 countries. The cycle takes a lot of people. And we designated the people from this town that would be a member of the cycle, the 8th cycle specifically. And there was a young man named Tobit, a powerful warrior and champion of the people. He was being looked at to join the Order of the Platinum Hammer and go to the Grand Sarkhan and become a teacher, drill sergeant. But Tanin took one look at him and knew that he was going to be the one. And I had to witness in these prayers the foul atrocity that they would stop and how they would die. And I had to not tell them that. Tobit put 2 and 2 together real quick and said that before they left, since they would be basically marching off to certain death, that they wanted to have a 3-day mourn period where no one would leave their houses. They would sit and as if sitting with their dead bodies, which is a custom that we have here. And then in that 3-day time period, he snuck out every other member of his cycle in the middle of the night so that they would be safe. And then he himself left early in the morning on the end of the sitting to go with Tanin to the Order of the Platinum Hammer to get ready to travel the world, fight the cursed tyrant, and ultimately die a martyr. And it was really painful to have to send that young man off to do that and to see it so vividly. Oof. To the stomach. But, you do it to save the world. You do it to save a life or a billion. And he knew that. I knew that. Didn't make it any easier. And I haven't had to bring it up for 25, 27 years. So I kind of forgot about it.
So the people that Tobit saved that were supposed to go with him to the 9th circle prophecy, the 8th circle prophecy, they're still alive.
Probably. I mean, from what I've gathered from Tanin, the cycle only kills if it's completed. Many people have survived the cycle because they didn't do the job, and evil was let to wander. The heroes that rise must be the heroes that fall, and the cycle continues. Maybe they might know something we don't because we just participated in the cycle. Maybe they know something by being outside the cycle, but that's not my job. I'm just Father Tikva.
How's Tobias doing?
He has the sort of bright pink face of a face that is filled with emotion, and he doesn't know how to process it or doesn't want to show any of it. He's definitely distraught.
I don't want to talk about this in front of him anymore. Thank you, Father, for sharing that with us. Do you have any of the contact information, or do you know where the rest of these 4 people are?
He pulled the lamb over all of our eyes, the wool right over him. I have no idea. He snuck them out during a 3-day holy practice of respecting the dead. There's no way I would have any idea. I haven't left the temple alone or in some 45, 47 years. If they're somewhere, only Tobit knows where they are.
Can you give us a list of their names?
For safety reasons, we didn't write any of them down.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry, I wish I could be more helpful. I know this is hard to take in. And young man. He turns to Tobias. Young man, I'm very sorry. If there's anything you need that a humble old priest in Or can give you, I have more Vanishevitz under the table. Why not? Live a little, drink a little. Tobias just kind of turning the red, kind of settling a bit. I mean, hey, that's been my motto.
Mine too.
Dragon for the assist, yes.
And Dragon just kind of slides his glass across the table a little bit as well.
Well, dinner has been delicious. This wine has been great. We're going to be doing a little bit more research on the Nine Circle prophecy over the next few days or however long it takes. And if there's anything you have on prophecies or anything in the reliquary that you think might be helpful, let us know.
For the cycle prophecy, yes? Hold on. I think there might be something in the reliquary. Leor, come here. The person from the reliquary that you saw Lothier walks up, and as they come walking by, they just go, and they walk on by, and they sit down and they say, yes, Father Tekva. And he says, do we still have the thing? You know what I'm talking about? From the time? Just, they say, no, you gotta be more specific. It's like a it's like a scale, but like a dragon scale, not like a tip the scale. And they go, that scale? I was like, yeah, do we have that still? Yeah. Do you want everyone's skin to melt off? I'm dramatic. I know. It'll melt everyone's skin off. I swear, no, we still have it. Yeah, we still have it. And then Father Tikva goes, so just putting this out there. It's going to be a bit awkward, but I may have something that could help. It will cause some discomfort, but okay, it'll melt your skin off. Just don't look at it and you'll be fine, but it might help.
How's it gonna help us if we can't look at it?
Well, first of all, do you remember what do you have any information about the 8th cycle? Do you have any idea what they were trying to do?
Not really.
There was a thing. Oof, big scary son of a bitch. We called him the Cursed Tyrant at the time. Horrible person. This monstrously tall person. Kind of this gnarled crown. Constantly showing up in nightmares, being very rude. Not a fan, if I'm being honest. Anyway, so Tobit was supposed to have been killed fighting him, and as he died, as they, I suppose, both died, they found this massive dragon scale in the combat where they were fighting. They gave us the scale, of course, sealed. Otherwise, anyone who looked at it literally just melted into puddles. But yeah, no, we have it. We have it there. Maybe that could lead to something.
Yeah, we'll take a look. Thank you very much.
No, we won't be taking a look, but we will keep it safe and not look at it.
Yeah. Yep. Right. Thank you, Lothier, for the assist.
Yeah, is there any like goggles that protect us from looking at it so we could like view it without gazing upon it ourselves?
Yes. We have something. Could you get the shawls? And then from that, Zero Leor like runs away really quickly, comes back and brings these like a really like threadbare remnants in like shawl that you can put over your head. And he's like, if you wear these and don't make direct eye contact with it, you should be protected beyond the veil. Don't touch anything. Don't look directly at it. Keep your head bowed at all times. You should be okay.
Got it. That's great. Well, this sounds like a task for tomorrow. we have a lot of resting that we have to do. Unfortunately, we were attacked outside of the city.
Who attacked you? Who attacked you? Who was it? Was it bandits? Was it goons? I haven't seen any goons in a long time. I thought we were goonless.
It wasn't any it wasn't a person. It was a creature.
Yeah, like a big demon dog with wings.
Turned invisible.
Oh yeah, that one too.
Oh, he's back. We finally got the rat bastard. He is one stubborn, ugly thing.
My friend here threw a fireball at it, and it still was going. That thing
Yeah.
is strong.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We're gonna kill it tomorrow.
You're killing it tomorrow. Why didn't you
Yeah.
say so? We should give you something for that. That thing's been a damn headache on our side for like so many years. You know what? Let me go call a town meeting. We'll reimburse you for. What do you think? What are you thinking? Like food, money? What do you want?
And Dragon's just gonna look directly to Giannovus. Just
She'll look back and then look at father. Yeah, it's all in a day's work, but money, if you have any sort of like new weapons, I know some of us need maybe a little bit of an upgrade. Food, like maybe some rations would be nice if you have like any more of this ish wine.
If there are any books on druids in your collection, that
too, or demons, that's a good one too.
Ooh. Okay. You see,
I know
Father,
it's a hefty list. I know.
you see him kind of stroking his beardy face as he's thinking about it. All right. So what I'm hearing is book on druids, book on demons, money, magical weapons that are new. Unfortunately, there's not a lot that's new around here. We kind of specialize in the old. But that withstanding, I might be able to make a deal. Do you have anything specific you want in mind, or do you want to, maybe meet some very powerful friends of ours?
Looks back at Dragon to Lothier and then smiles at Ilona. I did the thing. So like, do we want to meet like important people, or like do we want to just like get up and go? Like,
Let's meet important people. I'm curious to see what happens.
yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay. Just for the sake of efficacy and how much stuff you get back, everyone give me a diplomacy check. Give me the primary roller, and we'll just start tacking on assists left, right, and center. Make one big roll.
For diplomacy.
Mm-hmm.
that's highest in diplomacy.
Oh, I am. Ooh.
Not me.
Okay. I didn't know I could do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who has the highest mod? I have a plus 11.
Plus 11.
I have
Sweet.
13.
I think we're like very similar characters, like build wise.
Yes. Absolutely. Which is absolutely brilliant. I like Lothier so much. I got wait, so is Lothier alone?
I'm assisting. It's not me.
Okay. Then I'll use my roll. I got 28.
Yeah, 26.
6.
26. Yeah.
An 11.
11.
29.
Damn.
Diplomacy is her thing, y'all.
I'm not very diplomatic.
But you're so persuasive.
Yeah, I'm persuasive to get people to do dumb shit.
But that is a skill all its own. You should own it.
I was gonna say that's like half of TTRPGs.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So the roll that you made, that was with all your bonuses and the penalty for the 11, no offense, you you critically succeeded the diplomacy check.
Oh.
So I will say this: if you survive killing this creature, You were pretty close last time, so I feel pretty strongly about that. If you survive killing this creature, you're going to get some mysterious and very good loot and some fun connections.
That's exciting. I like this. I love this.
How
So
is
we can
Morel
get
looking at the thought at the talk of taking down this monster?
He, you know what? Give me a perception check. Let's get a vibe check.
10 plus 12 or
Vibe is
Well.
not fun.
14. 24. 20.
Nice.
At 20.
Nat 20.
Ooh. He said, "This my friend."
Yeah. Because that was my first thought as well, was immediately just like, oh, yeah.
So as you look at Morel, you see not only is he anxious, he's fidgeting. His foot is doing the bouncy under the table. He's anxious. You can tell he's scared, but what's important is that he keeps looking out the same window outside of the building. Again and again, he just kind of keeps looking out like he's afraid of something that's out there. Something like he's looking into the town and just kind of shaking his head. He's not okay. And he's very concerned about something in particular.
So noticing that, I think that Dragon would look at Lothier and like kind of motion over towards Morel.
I
And-
see.
Yeah. We should let's go talk to him.
Agreed.
So I imagine that we both like come up on either shoulder. Something outside got you a little worried, buddy?
Oh, you saw that.
It's kind of hard not to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very subtle man of mine, though. Well, I was just thinking about something. Last time I was here, about 3 years ago, maybe, hard to tell, hard to remember. I fought that creature. And I know it's not here. Because I know the creature. I know him very well. But I've fought that creature to save a young life. And I thought I killed the creature because I thought I saved her life. If the creature's alive, I wonder if that means she's dead. And I'm looking around and I don't know if she's out there.
Did you do your best?
Yeah. I mean, I bloody died for it. I hope it was my best.
Then that's what matters. And a little icing on the cake. We'll kill it for sure tomorrow.
Or at least try.
And then you won't have to worry about it ever again. Because the last time you fought it, you didn't have us.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah, no. I
I
was
will
fighting
s-
it alone.
I will say, I think we've got, and he sort of looks over, so his eye line sort of gazes over at Alona. I think we have maybe one of the best healers that I've ever met. And I know she'd do whatever she could to make sure that all of us make it out of there. And I know you'll do the same thing. We're in this together.
We also have a 1,200-year-old or 2,200-year-old like archer that's the avatar of death.
That's true. And if
I-
you
I
got the
think we're
avatar
gonna
of
be
death,
fine.
it's over.
And, and then there's us.
Oh, that's
He
true.
can
No,
turn into he can turn into a bear and I'm blue.
no, you're bloody brilliant, though. He turns into a bear, which is super keen, and you shoot fireballs out of midair. I just punch really hard. And I
But you
hold a
punch
shield.
really hard.
Really, really hard.
I mean, I punch pretty hard. Yeah.
So I know it's scary. And that's okay. But tomorrow when we do go back out there, we're gonna need you.
Yeah.
No, but know that I'm gonna give it my all for you. And that's all I ask in return is that we work together as a team. I don't think this thing has a chance in hell.
No, did you see how scared it was? It flew away.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
what kind of giant beast runs away from its prey? I mean, come on, honestly. Like it was clearly scared of you the whole time.
Well, you're right. You see him one last time, look at the window, kind of resign. His anxiety kind of melts away a bit. And he looks back to you and he says, "You're right. Listen, this creature has a long history with me and this town, and it's complicated, but I feel like I should tell you. And in the morning, I'll let you know everything you need to know. Maybe if we talk about this creature, we can figure out a way to kill it for good."
Well, I'm cutting its damn wings off so it can't run away again. Tell you that much.
I look forward to it. Well, I'm returning early. The Founder Shevet is making my head a little spinny. I'm gonna go to bed now. Pleasant night, everyone.
All right.
Hi.
Merle gets up, leaves the table. Tobias just kind of awkwardly gets up and says, I think the big Acadian's right. I've had a day. I'm gonna go to bed as well. In fact, it is my bedtime. Normally I come back from the Ascension site and go to bed hours ago. I'm gonna go pass out. Toodles. And Tobias gets up and walks away, and he goes, "Now where's that Hava? She was cute as a button. Where'd she go?" I'm kidding, Alona. I'm just messing with you.
I would assume Hava's still there because she's not a child. She's my age.
Yeah, well, children
Yeah.
in the hierarchy sense, not in the age sense.
All right.
Anything else you all want to do before you tuck it in? Any other questions? Anything else any business to take care of?
I do. I spend part of the evening talking about irrigation and the importance of, re-aerifying and putting nitrogen back into the soil by growing specific crops like peanuts, but whatever the equivalent of that is.
Techfest just like scribbling notes like crazy. He's like, peanuts? I never thought of that. Oh my goodness, this is amazing.
They're great. They're great for the land. And if you do that, then you come back and you do the crops that you're growing now. Boom. It'll explode. And I know it's a miracle of farm and nature.
Why does this town have no druids in it? That's what made my life so much easier. It had one druid in it. And he's just like throwing his hands up and he's like, "I can't believe it. All these years wasting time on the dirt, no sunlight, no druids." And he just goes to bed.
I can't fix the sun, but what I can tell you is there are plants that grow better in the dark, like some mushrooms. Have you thought of growing some of those?
I need to consult the laws, but if I can grow mushrooms, I'm growing mushrooms, buddy. You better believe it. And Techfoot just like a few whines and he's a little silly. He just kind of sings one of his favorite songs as he goes to bed and passes out.
Cute.
Is it only us four, or I guess five, because Ichi there left?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So we already know at least a general vicinity of where two of those people are, right?
Two of what people?
Two of the people that were supposed to be sacrificed as well with Tobit. And he was like, all of a sudden, we don't know where they are. That was Kane and Hana that I mentioned earlier.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right. Where?
Well, Kane is in the west. Maybe in the journal it says maybe Alphon or Asmacon. Hana is in the eastern coast and maybe looking burial grounds of worms. Is that what I wrote down?
Okay.
I love writing notes and can't read my notes.
Listen, you don't want to see this page right now. You
It's
don't
just-
want to see it.
It's all very relatable.
Well, that's something we can tackle tomorrow too. Finding them, asking them questions. Though it's a lot of travel. So we'll need to tackle as much as we can here first.
Did they say how we're exactly supposed to be using that great relic of dragon scale of skin melting? Because
Nope.
I don't want to go near it. But
You
like,
have
if we have to, we have to.
You don't
I
have
will
to
say it's mighty strange that you guys just keep all of these skin melting, brain frying like things all in the same place. But
If I lived in a place where I knew all that stuff was like in the basement, I would imagine that there would be a lot more alcohol.
Well, luckily we keep most of that a secret. So
that's right. It is in the secret little line. I
Oops.
stand corrected.
Well, as everyone turns in for bed, you go there, you go to bed with your knowledge, with your feather token, with your farming expertise, with a whole very big day behind you, because there's a very big day ahead of you. And this is where we're going to end episode 19 of Edge of Legend. Tune in next week to see if they can survive round 2 with the big beastie. I mean, they almost killed it last time, so who knows? Who knows? Who knows? With that being said, I want to thank everyone for the raid, Short Nord, and Fear HQ, and everyone else that we saw, all the new people in chat. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to thank everyone that showed up to play. I love you all. You hung in there. You did awesome shit. I can swear. And also thank you to Sam, who couldn't make it tonight. She got back from a long trip and she was under the weather. So I hope you feel better soon. Without further ado, let us say our goodbyes, starting with Randy. Please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Yay. Howdy. I'm Randy Alvarenga. You can follow me on Twitter at Roller Raja. That's ROLLER to find out all the cool things I'm doing. So stuff like Gen Con TV. But the one thing I am going to be really exciting and pubbing, not pubbing, like promoting this week is Harbingers, the Savage World show that I've been doing, is having our finale on Friday. It's going to be so good. And there are some big reveals and cool things happening this episode. So if you want to know what's going on, watch some of the old ones or come watch this and then go back. It's all good.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up, we got Wes. Please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello everyone, I am Wes Johnson, and you can find me on that sweet, sweet internet at Wes_IRL on all of things. Fridays I run a campaign called Yeet for Initiative with PJ as one of my lovely players. So yeah, join us for that this Friday.
Nice. Next up, we have Sidney. Please, Sidney, tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Yalla! My name is Sidney Rubino. You can find me all over the internet at Sidney Rubino. That is Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, and lots of other places. When I'm not here with the lovely folks, I have a campaign on Saturdays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is a Necrobiotic campaign. Necrobiotic is a new TTRPG. And the campaign is very cool and very dark and very like robots versus natural world versus like humanity versus the trauma. It's great. So if that sounds like a cool idea, come see me play that this Saturday. It's freaking cool.
Yeah. Well, last and certainly not least, we have Kylie. Kylie, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. It really doesn't matter at this point. You can find me at Kai's Wonderful Life all over the internet, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that good stuff. When I am not here with this amazing cast, I am over on Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. I think we changed it to because I finally complained enough that it was too early. over at World Tree Quest here on Twitch, where I am playing a sassy Southern gunslinger, because why not, who is getting married to another PC. So come check that out. I will not be in it this Sunday, but next Sunday I should be officially back from my mini hiatus. Also, if you are free on the weekends and happen to live in Southern California, I am also working the Coronaburg Renaissance Fair. If you want to come check it out, it's a fun, great time. I LARP with some great people there at that location. We have permanent buildings, and it's a fun, typical time. Yeah, I think that's it.
Oh, Kyle, it's great to have you back. So I guess that just leaves me. My name is PJ Megaw. You can find me all over the internet at pj.megaw, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Come find me, confront me, and let's have fun. When I'm not here with these absolute freaking legends, you can also find me here, same nat time, same nat channel, 8 to 11 p.m., but on Mondays for Wayward Arcadium. And we are going to have episode 19 next week, and that is the finals. They finally had their big bad fight, the big boss fight done. Someone died, maybe someone didn't. If you didn't watch it, you don't know who died. You should go watch it. Anyway, and so the 19th is the finals. Now we're going to see who actually gets to pass their classes and graduate to the next year of school. So tune in next week for that, as well as Edge of Legend here on Wednesdays, and more announcements as we can say them. Speaking of which, today's the first day of Pride. Shame if I forgot. We are doing a charity one-shot for the Trevor Project, June 26th. I believe my memory serves correct, 2 to 7 p.m. on the 26th of June. We're going to be following the Bun Boys. If you've been there from day one all the way to today, you know the Bun Boys have the #1 franchise for coffee and pastries. And they're an awesome same-sex couple that have just been doing amazing things. We love these NPCs. So we're going to get to learn a little bit about their origin stories of how they started the Bun Boys. So tune in for that. Give the Trevor Project. It means a lot. And I think that's where I'm going to end it now. Before I go, thank you once again to Joe being our TD. You're amazing. We love you. Couldn't do it without you. Thank you so much, Joe. And now we are going to raid Dead Aussie Gamer. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. What should our raid call be?
And they say don't go in the library. Don't do it.
I think if we just
Don't
go in
go
there
in
and
the
shout,
library.
Don't go in the 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 library.
Don't read books.
don't read books. Books are evil. All right. So let me see, where are we at? There we go. We're going to be raiding in 3, 2, 1.